everyone. It's your girl Miracle Sims, and you're watching the GSL Talk Show. Tonight, we're going to be chatting with brother Danique, aka Money Bills. So stay tuned.
It's a miracle, baby. Shot chill. Miracle Sims, let's go. Yeah. It's a miracle, baby. But I'm not the type of girl that goes. Yeah. It's a miracle, baby. Shot you wishing I would have a one night affair.
Welcome back to the GSL Talk Show. I am here with, I'm going to call him Brother Danique, all right? But he's also known, or probably better known as Money Bills. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. Thank you for having me. I'm blessed and um feel great to be here today on your show. I love your show. Your show is very inspirational. It touched me and it touched a lot of other people in this world. So I stay on this platform all the time.
Wow. Well, look, I'm grateful. I'm grateful to hear that. Thank you so much for confirmation as well. Because I mean, every night you don't get much out here. You just try to do, especially when you creating content, biblical content and whatnot. So
Yeah.
it's nice to get confirmations every now and then. So I appreciate that.
Welcome.
So yeah, I mean, look, Money Bills, right? Go tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and look, I guess more about this Danique to Money Bills conversation. But wherever you would like to start.
I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I was born in Harlem Hospital. I was raised in Brooklyn my whole life. And you know, I had a dream that I was chasing. I was chasing God first, God before anything. But He
Mm,
gave me a dream, a goal that I just been chasing, and the goal that I'm chasing is actually to give other people faith and strength and hope.
mm,
Like if they going through something in life, they could just put the music on or press play like they do with your show and just listen to some inspirational music or words,
mm,
because it's everybody don't have mentors in the world growing up. Everybody, don't have mothers, fathers. Some kids raised their own. They ran away from home. They in the streets, but I just felt like I'm a vessel from God to give the world, hope and inspiration through my music and through my entertainment. Because I don't want to see nobody go through what I went through. Not saying that my whole life was bad, but I know that life is it ain't always easy, but we gotta accept the good with the bad. And but I'm gonna teach the people how to make it through everything. How to smile through the rain, how to smile through the storms. That by just believing in God and believing in yourself, but believing in God number one. That's the only way you're gonna be happy and make it through anything in life.
Amen. I agree. I agree. I mean, I know it took me, a journey to get to that level of understanding. I definitely was, trying to pursue, what I thought, right, my life should be. When God quickly reminded me that who was in charge. So would you say that your journey was always like where you are today, or was there a process for you to get there, or?
It was a process. It was a process, but it wasn't an easy process. I mean, it was it was a rough ride, bumpy roads. Like some people probably would have gave up though, would have gave up. I mean, I've been through a lot. It's just I just thank God though that I'm here right now though, and every day I wake up, I still can't believe that I'm here. I'm just thinking like, how did I do this? I don't know how I did this. Yeah, but I'm thankful though. I'm thankful to God. I use God's word, testimony for everything. Like when I'm sad, I'll read a psalms. Like I read something in the Bible that says faith as little as a mustard seed. You can move a mountain, and then right there and then, all everything just come back up. All my strength, power. And I'm like, okay, I'm getting back up. I'm gonna do this. I can do this now. I'm gonna go through this right here. I'm gonna do this there. So that's my secret though. Like everything that I went through is just I felt like God got me through everything, through everything. I almost lost my life. God got me. I almost lost my life a couple times though, like crazy stories,
Mhm.
But I'm here today, I was praying, when I almost lost my life,
Mhm.
I couldn't even feel my body anymore. Like all I could see was like a light, like you walking through a tunnel, like it's nothing
Mhm.
but just a light. And but I could see everything else, and I'm like, please God, don't let me die, please God. And everything just came back, and I was up again. Yeah, I ain't died.
Mm.
Yeah, because I almost died at the hands of the police. You know how that goes though. A lot of
Mm.
racism, a lot of abusing their power. I was very very young at the time too when that situation happened. I was
Mm.
16, almost got
Mhm.
murdered by 45 officers, all because of the officer came to work drunk. Which my lawyers looked into that, and she says
Mhm.
that that's part of the reason why. Because people that was there said this kid ain't do nothing. I just told him to get on the wall, took my head, banged my head on the wall, beat me with sticks, dragged me by my head. I was in a coma. I was in a coma for like a month. After I came out the coma, I couldn't even walk for a while. My face was
Mm.
crazy. It took a while for that too. I couldn't even read or write. I lost my
Mhm.
memory. It took a while to get back together. I think about like 2 years. I got back together. I had to cut my head bald because they pulled my hair so hard and hit me with sticks. Like, yeah. So I
Mhm.
had to get like plastic surgery and everything. Yeah. So I made
Wow.
it through that situation too. That situation was really crazy though.
Yeah.
So ever since then, I started disliking police just for that.
Mm.
Because they the type of people that got power that can manipulate anybody. They can manipulate our mothers, fathers. They could say, "Oh, but your child did this, and did that," and tell the world a whole different story on the news, and it wasn't even that story. They'll paint you out
Mm.
to be a bad person just so that they can save themselves. Because when it comes to that police force, they do a lot of lying. A lot of covering up, and I'm a
Mhm.
witness to that though. There's a lot of other people that know what I'm talking about. So I know that they like to play dirty though, majority of them. So if you
Yes.
ain't they child, they don't care.
Mm. So tell us about young Danique, right? Before you became Money Bills and before obviously the situation that you just shared with us. Like what was it like growing up for you and everything in this journey? Obviously you becoming a man of God, I would say.
Growing up was like kind of awkward to me because I could have never fit in nowhere. I don't know why. I couldn't fit in nowhere. I used to think to myself like, where do I fit in? There? It's like I don't like even in public school. Like I just don't know where I fit in. I just always felt like it was probably meant for me to be by myself. Because
Mm,
I don't really want to impress anybody. Because at the end of the day, like you supposed to impress God and then impress yourself on second. You gotta take
mm,
care of yourself. But growing up, it was fun though. It was fun. It was fun. A lot of trials and tribulations, but I had fun too though. I had fun. Like my childhood and everything made me into the person that I am now.
mhm,
It made me stronger. It made me smarter. I just like unlocked a lot of powers that I felt like if I would have never went through things that I went through, I would have never been strong the way I am now,
mm,
mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Because when you're in
mm,
certain situations, you gotta find ways like to like, for example, say like if you're in a situation right that you
mm,
stuck in and you like, I
mm,
have no way out. I have no family. I have no friends. What you gonna do? You gonna start thinking. You gonna start thinking other ways. You gonna start getting creative. So yeah. So I just started using my creativity and everything. Whether it was writing, whether it was playing ball, whether it was writing poetry, anything that I did, I just got creative with it. I just try to think beyond it. Like think of things
mhm,
people never thought of before. But yeah,
mhm,
it was fun though. I had fun with my sisters and brothers growing up. my cousins, my mom, like my Aunt Frances, like too. I love Aunt Frances. That's the one. She's the first lady of my uncle in Redemption Church of Christ. She used to bring me to her house every weekend in Long Island. I used to go to Brooklyn for the church, and I go there. So she used to like spoil me a lot though. So I used to be there. I go to Six Flags with her, out to eat, have fun and everything. You know, yeah.
Mm,
But I had fun growing up though. I had a lot of fun growing up. I used to always write a lot. Like while kids was playing like in a playground, I used to
mm,
have like a book just writing music. Like I'm 8 years
mm,
old writing music. They was like, come on, let's play, let's play. I'm like, nah, I don't like music, man. I'm trying to be a music artist though. I really wanna be a music artist though. And I
mm,
also wanna make just like music that's meaningful though.
mm,
Like I wanna make music that people could dance to but clean too. Like everything I want it to be clean. Like I got
mm,
some music right now that people probably won't understand, but it's my story though. I'm not portraying something that I don't want to be, but I'm actually telling my story. Like if you go read a book, right? If you read a book like Kim Porter, for example, right? They said she had a book. I don't know if it's real or not,
mm,
but she wrote the facts what she went through. I wrote the facts in my book, and I wrote songs about my story. So when I'm doing it, it's not about street stuff. It's actually just my story. You know what I mean? So
mhm,
it's like I'm showing you in my videos where I grew up at, projects. That's where I grew up at. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't grew up in no house and nothing like that. I grew up there, so that's what I could show you. But I'm
mm,
showing you like that's not where I wanted to be, and that's why
mhm,
I don't want nobody to be there.
mhm,
Being in that type of situation. I always want everybody to like strive for their best version of themselves. The best
right,
version of themselves. Because I wish nothing but good on people. Nothing but good though. Because being in bad situations is not healthy. Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. You know, I just pray
mhm,
for people and I just want everybody to do good. I try to help others too in the world, whether it's
mm,
financially, mentally. You just need somebody to talk to. You could come to me because
mhm,
I'm not a person that's out to hurt anybody. I'm a person that's really like trying to support people, support others, things like that.
well, that is
Yeah,
honorable. That is honorable. So, what would you say sparked your love for music?
that's really a hard one right there. That's a hard one. I would say what sparked my love for music. I just think it was actually. I'm gonna tell you the truth, right? I think it was actually born in me because I have
Mm,
like a gift though where I could see things before it happens. Like I'm,
mm,
I know you probably think I'm crazy. I'm telling you, I can see things. Like I had that gift since I was young. Where
mhm,
like if I could go to sleep, I could dream about somebody before I meet them. I know exactly what they look like, and when I meet them, I already know already. Like I don't know what that type of gift is, but I got it though. That's where I got all my music from, all my
mm,
ideas from. A lot of songs that I got it from the dreams though. Like I was having dreams since I was younger about the music. Like I was dreaming about the music industry, but I kept thinking like, why I keep dreaming about this when I'm like 6 and 7? And through the
mm,
years, all what come to my dreams sometimes, like messages that got me out of situations. When
mhm,
I told people, listen, I had this dream about this. They like, you crazy boy, you better not go do this. I'm glad I didn't listen to them because if I would have listened to them, I would have been in the gym. I would have definitely been in the gym though. Cause like
mm,
all my dreams helped me through the good and the bad, and it
mhm,
got me on my creativity. And everything that I did, people didn't believe in me. But when I went out there and did it, they like, oh wow, this dude dreams is really, really serious. I try to tell them. My mom knows that about me though too. My mom, she knows that about me. Cause she was like, when you was younger, you used to always like rap in your dreams. I'm like, you heard me rapping in my dreams? I told her like I had dreams about like Biggie, Jay-Z, 50 Cent. This is when I was younger, growing up to now. Everything about my life is like pulling me into the music. Like no matter
Mhm.
what situation I go into, like I'm meeting somebody in the music, in a battle, going to companies. Everything is just about music. That's how I know like it gotta be something, ancestors, God, somebody showing me something, Because why would I
Mhm.
have all those dreams from 7 years old until now, back to back, back to back? And everybody that I dreamed about, from Rihanna, Beyonce, Jay Z, they telling me I'm showing you how to get in here. Just think it right. Jay Z, like, lift your head up every time you rap. Hold your own head up. Rihanna, make it in the music industry. Biggie, he like, just thinking right. I'm like, because I told him, what if it get hard? He was like, just thinking right. And these is dreams. Like, it felt real though. So if I
Mhm.
would have never followed those dreams though, I would have been a fool though. But I'm going to use this in a good way though. Definitely in a good way though. I got a whole plan with everything though. What I'm going to do though. But I'm
Mhm.
definitely going to use this in a good way though, because it's entertainment. But I also want to use my platform for the youth, for everybody. Everybody. I'm giving
Mhm.
strength to everybody.
It
It's
sounds
like when you
like
go to God, anybody could go to God, right? Like they said, right?
mm,
And that's how
mhm.
it should be. That's how it could be with God's people. Like if these people, need advice or anything, they can come in peace. As long as it's in peace.
Yeah. No, that's what I was gonna say. It sounds like from what you've been sharing that you want to make honorable, maybe even I would say righteous type of music, and we know. I mean, not to say that type of music is not popular. I believe it is, but it's not like mainstream. So I would
Mhm.
love to know, like, what got you on this particular path because not that and I'm only asking because I mean I think it's a great path to be on, but I do think people sometimes have maybe their testimony, whatever it is that led them to that. Because like I said, even with me, when I was thinking about getting into film and things of that nature, like I would, I just kind of was I just wanted to use my gifts and perform for a living, that type of thing. I wasn't necessarily thinking about, too much about like the type of films or whatever the case may be. And so ultimately, I believe that the Lord kind of started to show me that, where at some point, basically, I was receiving back in my 20s, I would say, when I was seeking Him, and I was like, Lord, why, this and that has lined up, but this and that has not, and I'm trying to figure like what's going on. And basically, at that time, I feel like He told me that the only thing that's going to last is what I do for Him. And so thinking about that, I was like, well, I want to do something that's going to last. And that's what got me on this path today. And I'm still using my gifts and talents. I'm still, performing and things of that nature, but it all has a different like meaning now. You know what I mean? Like it's not just any type of thing, but it's more so like, you know, godly righteous things, right? And so I just wanted to know like if there's anything like that similar when it comes to your journey, or did you always
Yeah,
know that I'm going to make God music? And and what does that mean to you? Because when I say God, I say I'm talking about Jesus, you know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. And I know
yeah.
different people can be, different things, whatever the case may be. So yeah, I mean I would love to hear more about like, you know,
Well,
um
I agree. With you.
yeah.
I agree with you. I feel like it doesn't matter like what you talk about, but it's not like what you do is how you do it,
Mm,
and as long as it's not a crime, because I feel like we like God want all of us to be happy, like He wants you to dance, He wants you to have fun. It's a part of life, not just He don't just want you to I don't know. To me, I feel like He just don't want you to be, bored all day. It
mm,
doesn't matter if you're a Christian or whatever. I feel like Christians could go out to eat. They could go and listen to music. They could go roller skating. Like
yeah.
as long as it ain't what you do, is how you doing it. You know what I mean? Like why would
Mm,
God not want you to enjoy yourself? Like you're not only if you're doing it the right way.
mm,
Going
mm-hmm.
out to the movies, you're going out to a play. Things that
Yeah.
you like to do. That's how
Mm-hmm.
I feel though, because I think there's nothing wrong with that though. I just don't feel like there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh yeah, no, no, it's nothing wrong with any of that, and I think again, even with me making the platform here, it's just kind of like reminding people that, yes, Christians are humans too. There's ups and downs that we go through. There's things we're trying to figure out. I sit here and say, even when I do the juice and whatever, just try to let people know that, hey man, there's things I'm questioning. I ask God all the time, different questions over and over again. Like, why you had to, say son and not just say I came down? Like, why and there might be some things I feel like he answered. There might be things he don't answer right now. But like I said, I just kind of wanted to know, like, why you wanted to, pick the righteous route versus the going the mainstream route, or when it comes to your music in particular.
The reason why I chose that route is because I'm like a storyteller, actually. Like I'm a storyteller. Like it's something like similar, like Mary J. Blige. Like she's a storyteller. Like
Mm,
certain artists is a storyteller. So it's like I wanna, I wanna like like I'll make a story about my day. I just like at the end of the day, like if I lay down, I start, rhyming and just talking about my whole day, Or I could just make a rhyme about somebody else's day, and I could just actually rap about that. So
mhm,
it's like I like to tell stories though, and I also like
mhm,
music to make people dance. Like
mhm,
make them feel good, like that type of music too.
mhm. Okay.
Like
So then
yeah.
the name, so the name Money Bills, like, tell us about that.
The name Money Bills. I got that from a friend
Mm,
that was actually mentoring me years ago,
mhm,
and he just told me one day, he was like, listen, this is gonna be a name. I'm like, what's gonna be my name? And he's like, your name gonna be Money Bills. So I'm like, why Money Bills? He like, that's your name, okay? That's your name. You live by that name. So I'm like,
mm,
okay, I'm listening to him though, because he was the one mentoring me. He was older than me too, so he
mm,
just told me. He said, "This gonna be your name." After that, I just lived by it, and then I just used the name that he gave me, and I try to
mhm,
figure out like a gimmick behind it. Like, okay, Money Bills is my name, so what's gonna be Money Bills' gimmick?
mhm,
Like what's gonna be his pose? How he gonna pose in pictures? Like what he
mhm,
gonna say on camera and things like that. Yeah. So ever
mhm,
since he gave me that name, I just lived by it, because I believed in him though. He believed in me. So I
mhm.
just always felt, okay, I'm gonna go by that. Day. He said that when he goes my name, okay, I'm gonna go by it.
Okay.
Until
So
due
when
time.
you, I'm sorry, what was that?
No, I was saying until due time, until they feel like it need to be changed.
Oh, okay. All right. So so what do you mean you live by that name?
He he told me like when he gave me the name Money Bills, his name is
Mhm.
Smurf. He's a music artist as well. He told me,
Okay.
he said, live by that name.
Mhm.
I didn't ask him that actually. I just asked him why Money Bills? Like why do you see me as having a title as Money Bills? He was like,
Mhm.
that's what I just see for you. I just feel that for you. I'm like,
Mm.
okay. Yeah, I didn't really want to question it too much though, so I was like, maybe he's right. Like, because I was learning. I was learning though. I was learning at the time. I was learning how to sharpen my skills better when doing music. I was
Mm.
learning how to talk, how to put choruses together. It's a whole lot though. Like you remember how they used to have like the program for the artists? It's called like artist development. So that's
Mm.
what basically he was doing for me. Like he was helping me with artist development, that part. So I
Mm.
felt like okay, so I believe in this guy. I like his music. He got the swag, everything. So I'm learning the
Mhm.
swag from him. So I'm like, okay, so let me just follow so I could become a leader.
Mm.
And that's what I want to become. I wanted to become a leader one day. Like I want to be successful, not just only a music artist. I want to be a successful businessman,
Mhm.
successful businessman. Yeah, that's my whole thing. Music and business, like doing like shows and opening up like stores all over the world, like businesses, organizations, everything. I got a plan behind that though, but I'm trying to go. I want to go worldwide with that because I always dreamed of being a businessman. That's my biggest dream too.
Mm. Okay. So how is it going, man? How has the journey been going for you?
It's been going okay though, but not that it's really not that easy as people think. Because a lot of people think that I came up fast, but I can't really say too much though because like like you trying to put yourself out there, so you got to show them that you putting that work in though. But some people just think I came up fast, but they didn't see behind the scenes and they didn't see that I didn't start here. I started years ago. You didn't see
Mhm.
me years ago. I'm not new to the music industry. I'm new to
Mhm.
y'all. Like I was underground, like y'all didn't
Mhm.
see me like I was climbing up, get up to the top for years. Just like
Mhm.
every other music artist, Jay, Meek Mill, any one of them, they all started underground, 50 underground. They didn't see the pain and the struggles where the artists had to do a 9 to 5 or hustle or do this, that, and the third just to get into the recording studios. They ain't
Mhm.
see that the artists had to, sleep in the airport overnight just to, be at that show so they could go and meet that big executive and, put that tape in their hands. They don't see
Mhm.
that part. So all they just see is like, damn, where this dude come from?
Mhm.
So now I'm just trying to tell my story. Like I really had it. I had it. I had a rough ride. It wasn't easy. It's a rough ride though. But you know how it is though. After all that rain, the sun just felt beautiful though. Like you know how you work hard and you go home, you like, damn, I feel so better. I feel
Mhm.
damn, I can relax now. Yeah, but I did though. I put in a lot of pain though, a lot of hard work. Like I mean, when I've been tested, I mean, I felt like God tested me like like a testament in the Bible with Jesus and Daniel, like they in that lion den, and I mean, like, whew, it was crazy. It was really crazy. I mean, like when God tested me, I
Mhm.
mean, whatever He wanted to show me, I mean, like it was scary. Like I
Mhm.
thought I wasn't going to get through that. Like I mean, like he brought me, he actually made me into a warrior. Like even since I was a kid though, like my family noticed that about me. They noticed like that, like it's something different about you. And I ain't really understand that though until now. And I started like just flashbacks and thinking, and I was like, damn, I had a lot of strength when I was younger as well. You know, like when my mom, I had to take care of my mom's dad when I was only 8 years old. Like I was packing bags while kids in the park playing. I know my mother didn't have no job. Like at that time, situation. She had 7 kids. Just had my brother. He was a newborn, so I understand. No fathers there. I was in a supermarket, 8 years old, packing bags. Made a whole lot of money. She came in there with her friends, and she said, "Oh, that's where you was at." And she looked and she said, "You made all this money?" I was like, "Yeah, ma, it's for you." Went home, put the money away and everything.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was
Mhm.
I was always I was always like a hustler, like not talking about streetwise, like I just like a hustler period. Like I was
Mhm.
always like into doing businessman things, like working from a young age. I was 13 working in factories, and stuff
Mhm.
like that. Like through one of my mom's friends or whatever, like they worked in the factory and
Mhm.
they father owned it and he let me work there. He'll pay me every night in cash. He like help me with these this, that, and the third, and I'll give you $100. I'm like, okay, cool.
Mhm.
You know? Yeah, so
Hey, that's a blessing.
but
That's a
God did
blessing.
brought me a long way though. He brought me a long way though. It was wow. I ain't gonna lie, just thinking about it, it's just like make you shake. But I
Yeah.
made it through it all though, because the thing what I did was I always like called on the Lord. Everything that I went through, I knew I had to. I knew that I needed God behind me through everything. I didn't know how I was
Mhm.
going to get through it, but I know that I was going to get through it, and I just felt like ain't no questioning or nothing. Like whatever happens, it's going to happen. It's just me and God, and we gonna get through this. Like I've
Yeah.
been through a lot, like and stuff like that. Where a lot of crazy situations. Where I didn't even get touched, not even a hair on my body, and people
Mm,
wondering like, wow, like how, why this dude is always like getting caught in a trap, but come out the trap and the trap get defeated. Like
mm,
so easy. Like it's like don't go near him. Like anybody like do harm to him is like something bad happens to them. Which I'm not wishing bad on people, but it do
yeah.
seem like that though. Kind of in a way though. Kind of in a way though. Maybe
Mhm.
probably because God probably saw though, like since I was younger, I went through like a lot of like you could say like bullies and I never fit in, you know the reason. Some
Mm,
people just don't like you. I don't got
mm,
time for that changing me to make them comfortable. I'm not changing me. It's either you love me or leave me alone. I'm not
mm,
changing me. I don't want fake love. I want you to love me for who I am, you know. So I had to deal with a lot though. Like I was like a lot though. But
mm,
I didn't even tell like my sisters and brothers, things like that. Even in schools, I used to be hiding in the staircases as people
mm,
used to, like when you were in school and stuff, whole bunch of stuff. I ain't want to deal with it, and things like that. So
mm,
my mom at one point thought that I was problematic, until certain people approached her when they saw her outside and said, "It's not your son. Your son is defending himself." Cause I don't know,
mm,
since I was young, I didn't back down. Anybody came at me, I didn't want to fight nobody.
mhm,
If I had a problem with somebody, it's because they wanted a problem with me. They put me in danger. Like I'm minding
mm,
my business. You don't know who I am, so you think you're gonna touch me or hit me or hurt me because you don't like me the way I look or you don't like the way I dress. So now it's self defense time. I ain't
mm,
never wanted to fight anything like that, so I had to address that to my moms. Because growing up in Brooklyn like that, where I'm at, it was always like a lot of temptation though, especially where I was at though, like always temptation. People just want to fight and this, that,
mm,
and the third for no reason. So I
mhm,
always just was trying to figure out a way to get away from there. All I kept thinking when I was younger to now, like I want to get out of here. Like all I
mm,
saw was like I felt like I was at the bottom, and all I just see is the top. And every day I
mm,
had a goal. Like I'm working on my goals since I was young. Like I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna finish this school. I'm gonna
mm,
become this. I'm not gonna be here no more. I'm gonna be great in life. I ain't gonna be in poverty no more. And that's why I
yeah.
just went so hard the way that I did.
Mhm. No, that sounds familiar, man. Sounds like my testimony in some ways, cause yeah, I kind of had that mindset. I always was thinking about the next thing and the next thing. I was in middle school thinking about high school thinking about college, that type of thing. Um, So I get it. I do wonder, like, so with you wanting to get into music or the industry and things of that nature, like, how do you feel about the things that are coming out like right now, the real popular thing is Diddy and all that type of stuff. Like, how do you feel about the industry, and is that the type, like, are you trying to get into that, or are you trying to just kind of be independent and just do music? Like, what's your goal, and what do you feel about this stuff that's going on?
Well, like my advice, like for others that's trying to get like into the industry, the best advice is just to stay independent, because at the end of
Mm,
the day, you don't really want to get caught up in somebody else's situations because you don't like you might meet big artists or whatever, but you don't know them personally. You don't know what they're doing behind the camera at the end of the day.
mhm,
So you got to really do your research and study that person or study that label you want to get into. But if you want to be a great business person, just study the while you're doing the music, study the business part first, so you won't get
mm,
jerked. Because like a lot of artists is like they only see the music part of it. They just think like, oh, they feel like I got the talent, I got a song, oh, I'm gonna be rich. Well, sorry, it don't go like that though. It really don't work that way. You know what I mean? It really don't though, because like a lot of people they get blackmailed or they get they get pushed back by the wrong people in the industry. So it really
Mm,
it don't matter how great you are. Number one, you could be like greatest, everything. Like just make sure that you know the business part and that you have
mm,
a legal team ready because
mm,
you gotta have the legal team ready and stay independent. I mean, you can find like a good people in the industry. Yeah, work with them. That's if you feel like it, if you want to work with them. But independent is better though, cause you owning all your stuff. Like you don't have to worry about nobody taking all your money. You don't have to wait on your money. You don't have to have nobody controlling what you're doing. Like you the director, you have the vision. It's your eye on this. So
mm.
if you want to do it that way, stay independent. But if you don't, join the record labels. Then you're gonna have to deal with a whole lot. You're gonna have to deal with a whole lot.
Oh yeah, and I think we're seeing more and more every day what people are dealing with. Or when it comes to you, and then also, feel free to just share. Where can we find your music, things of that nature. Anything else you feel led to share at this point.
Well, I'm pretty much on all platforms like Spotify, SoundCloud, on every platform right now. I dropped a new single about like 2 weeks ago though, and I got new music coming on the way. New music
Mm,
coming on the way. So this is a big surprise for that one because I was working on that for the whole winter.
mm,
And the reason why it took the whole winter is because I wanted this to be like solid gold, like diamond. 'Cause I don't like rushing
mhm,
though. I want to actually put out my best, like my best foot in there. My best foot in there. Yeah, so I'm on every platform though, and I go live a lot on Instagram. I go live a lot on Instagram because Instagram is like a platform that's good to go live like YouTube. YouTube basically too. Like YouTube is the big platform. Uh, that's a good thing too though. But just stay independent though. Stay independent. Like own your own rights, your own everything. But if you don't, then you will have a boss like in the industry that will, God forbid, step on your toes. For real.
good.
A
That's a
lot
good
of
way to
people don't
put
got no heart. So a lot of those people in the music industry, man, like some of them, not all of them, some of them is wicked and just greedy though, and they don't see like what the artist had to go through. They was an artist before as well, like and they know that they had to go through the same thing that artists went through, striving to get to the top, going to poverty, spending your last. You know how it is. Like some artists just spend their last, like even if it was a 9 to 5, just to get that good studio time, that quality, that put they tape together, like putting everything together, and then like these wicked people just cut their throat. So you gotta beat them at their own game and just be smart, like come in as an entrepreneur, come in,
Mm,
learn the legal part of it, before you sign anything, overread it with a lawyer. So if you don't understand that, don't sign anything you don't understand. Because they
mm,
like to put stuff in certain words so you won't understand it. Because certain people don't even know certain words because they don't study. But I like to
mhm,
study everything before I do certain things.
mm. That's good. That's good. Is there anything else you want to share before you go?
Well, I just want to say thank you to you again though, because like I'm happy to be on your show and I'll be watching you every day. I'm a big supporter, big fan of you, because you motivated me and the people though. Like, because the other day I was going through a little something and I saw. Now I went to your platform or whatever, right? And I said, damn, like, you know what? I was about to give up, but this beautiful sister didn't give up. She
Mm,
giving the world this beautiful message that's showing me don't give up no matter what. Don't give up. You keep going no matter what. Cause they said a just man fell 7 times, but he got back up every time.
mm,
No matter, we gonna get back up every time. Even if you fall
mm,
20 times, you get back up. You
Mm.
think, because sometimes we might build, get destroyed, but we gonna keep getting back up. We ain't gonna stay there, because that's the whole
Mhm.
plan is to keep going. We
Mm.
gonna be on our feet, not on our backs.
Mm. Mhm. Well, man, it was good talking to you. Thank you so much for visiting us today.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. I thank you so much.
Wishing I would have a one night affair.
Thank you so much for watching the GSL Talk Show, and thank you to Brother Danique for joining us tonight. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and check out Danique's music and the rest of his endeavors. Have a good night.